guys, welcome back to the channel.
Okay. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? How are you, Luba? How's things? How's life?
Everything is great. How are you?
Sure. Everything is good.
Wow.
Okay, so what are we talking about today, Luba?
We actually want to answer the questions because a lot of guys putting some comments, and sometimes we can't reply to all of them, or we just think that it's better to reply in person, because if there's something that we can discuss, maybe the question is very limited, and we want to know more of the story. So we will try to cover as much questions as we can today. And hello everybody. Hello.
Yeah.
And also we'll
I was just going to say, if you guys have any questions, last time we had a topic, and then there were so many questions that sort of got a little bit out of hand. So we just thought we'll do a video, you guys. If you've got any questions, I know there's guys that do have questions. Sometimes I put them in the comments of the videos, and I try and keep up with them as much as I can. But once you make another 2 videos, those ones you never really visit again. So if you guys got any questions about anything, dating over in Ukraine or Ukraine in general, then let us know.
About the situation, about the traveling situation. So, there's a lot of regulations, new laws, new things that are there on internet. I want to discuss a couple of things that happening with our guys, that happening with the clients who already arrived. So one guy, he came 31st of July or 30th. He came to the airport of Kyiv. They didn't ask him for we prepare everything. I sent him link, I sent him that, he has a phone number. He arrived. He was I think a little bit about the age, so he was 45. He came. They didn't ask him for the app, they didn't ask him for the phone number, they didn't ask him for a test. He just go straight. He already left. He left 6th of August, and when he left, when he was leaving, they asked him where's the do you have an app, do you have a test? He said no, and they let him go home safely. So this is one situation, one case. Another case is that the guy brought his test as it was by the law, that starting from 1st of August, he came 2 days ago, that he can have his test. It was in Kyiv, and they didn't let him in with his test. They asked him to do a test at the airport. So case number 2. He already did the test, and he today sent me the picture of the green screen. It means that he is free to go. There is no self-isolation. Third guy who already came, he came and they said, do you have an app? He said, yes. They said, where are you going? He was actually going to Kharkov, so he fly into Kyiv. They said, okay. He went out, do a test, but they didn't make him activate the app. So they just asked if he has it. He said, yes. He never activated, and he just go in, he did a test, he got results, it's negative, but there is no interaction with the app. So as you can see, situations are very different. There's no strict rule. I recommend to do everything how you should do. You should come, you should do a test. I would recommend to do a test anyway, because they can ask you on the way back, and so it's good to have it. But as strikers say, everybody who are coming, they somehow get into the country. So you will have no problems coming. But this is the update, basically.
Sorry, wrong question. It's again. The one about Rodney. Never heard from Rodney.
Yeah, no, Rodney.
Yeah, but people are coming over here. It's all. I know the agencies have got are getting busier. We've got guys that are thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, and you were put off by what the coronavirus and all that sort of stuff, definitely start thinking about it again. There's no reason to not go and do it. That's probably the best way to say that. Anything else you want to add, Luba? Oh, also, thanks to you guys who bought Luba's language course. We were really stoked with everybody that did that. So that was pretty cool. I had no idea how it was going to go. And one thing I want to add here is that when I built sort of that page part for the website, I just guessed that there was 100 words and phrases. I just sort of thought there must be at least 100, maybe a bit over. But anyway, we counted them after we'd already said it, and there was actually about 142 words and phrases. And so a little bit added another 8 or 10 or something this week. So now it's 150. So we kind of undersold it, which is better than overselling it, I suppose. But it was really good, and thank you all you guys for that. If you want to know how to get it, you can get it in the description below. Basically, long story short, it's 100 words and phrases that you can use very easily. There's no grammar, you don't have to worry about anything except memorizing these words when you go to Ukraine. Okay.
Yeah, but thank you. So nice, like, of you, because when I did this course, over the years, I've been just really struggling with, like, how can I help guys? Because a lot of guys asking if I do classes. I don't, because I really like things to be professional. Even like with a stylist, I can go shopping with you and I can help you. And of course, I know how you should look like, but I like professional people do their job. I want our clients to get the best service. I know that I can provide you the best wing woman service that you will ever get anywhere. I can confidently say that. But about the language, like, according to the, like, being your tutor, like, it's not my to be honest, it's not even like really my passion to teach. But when I thought, like, how can I help you, and that I can teach you these phrases that you can use, you can come and you can use them on a date, at the shop, at the place, and you can feel more confident. I'm so happy. And like, of course, like, the morning after we announced it, like, it was some issues like with the video, but anyway, like, we got so many like guys who got it, and it was so nice. And like, it was nice that guys, like, almost nobody got it, like, for $5. And thank you very much. Like, we really appreciate your support. And as you know, like, we did it as a donation, and I just appreciate it. And everybody who didn't got it yet, and you want to learn some phrases, it's 150 phrases and words and numbers and colors and everything, please, below this video, Striker will put the link, and I will be very happy if you will give me your feedback.
Okay. Cool. So, okay, that's that. Okay, Wealthiest Man Alive. He says, is it possible to meet them before dating in person? Now, I am not sure exactly what you mean. I only can assume that you mean like on Skype, if that's what you mean. So there are some agencies that will allow you to do this. I mean, we don't agree with paid video chat through these letter writing sites. So if that's what you're thinking about doing, then do not do that at all. Okay, you're just setting yourself up to waste your money and be scammed. Now, actually, Luba and I actually did a video about this last week. We haven't put it up yet, but the danger of like meeting someone on a Skype video chat, even if it's legit. I mean, well, let's assume it's legit. Is what actually happens is, like, the lady comes down to the office. She sits in front of the computer. She might be having some people watching her. She's a little bit shy. She's not sure how to act. This is a little bit strange for her, but she's told to go and do that because, if she wants to meet a man, that's what she has to go and do. And what could possibly happen is that she might just be a little bit like, her personality's not going to shine through. She's going to be a little bit quiet. And you may look at her and go, this woman's boring. I don't like her. She's flat for me. I'm not interested. And you could waste the chance of actually having something with this lady when you meet her in person. So you can if you want, if the agency facilitates that. I don't recommend it when you meet in person, when she's not surrounded by anyone in front of a webcam. The chances of that going a lot better is a lot greater. So just don't want you guys to ruin your chances. Okay, Luba, what do you got?
Ian asked, thank you guys, so that there's so many different questions, but hard to follow. But Ian was asking, Luba, I have my friend Richard with me, single guy. Can he do 2-hour day trip from UK? 2-4
okay.
days. Okay. Yeah, but I believe UK now is a green zone, so at least it was like a couple of days ago. So of course he can just check it, and I'm sure that guys from UK can come. Kyle, I don't know what is going on. Okay, go ahead. I will answer.
I was going to say, to go back to, I can't find that. I was going to put it on the screen. It was Ian that asked it. So with UK, with UK, like coming from New Zealand, like I'm envious of you guys. I mean, you guys can fly over for like a long weekend. In New Zealand, you have to fly over. It's like the opposite time zone. It's like 40 hours to get here. So you have to make a whole trip of it. But if you're from UK, you're in an ideal position to be dating in, say, Ukraine. Not only is it close for you to get here, but when you're talking to a lady, for her to think about moving to UK, it's like it's just there. It's like a few hour flight. She doesn't have to think about all these things like I'm moving to New Zealand or to Australia or even America. So for you guys there, like to be able to do it and just in bite-sized chunks, like come over for a long weekend, maybe go on like 3 dates, go back, you can come back again. A flight's really like €100 or something like that. Like if you guys are watching this and you're from UK, you have so much advantages over, say, someone from, say, Australia or New Zealand, where you've got to just do these big, heavy investments into actually coming over here. So we have been thinking a little bit about UK, and I do believe that for you guys, like I think that there's something maybe put together or something there. We're not entirely sure yet. We're just sort of working through some ideas, but you guys have a huge advantage. That's all I'm saying. I'm envious and jealous. I hate you guys. I can say that.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, this thing, whenever you touch it.
What you said?
Okay. So, no, I was just saying about UK, how it's easy to get here. Okay, so what's another question?
So there was a question about about the Russian course as well. So Kyle asked to add some numbers. Okay, I will. It's not a problem. I just want to have it basic, and maybe in the future I will add something. I just want guys to not be like, oh, so many words, like to be scared. I want like the most usable ones. But if you ask, I will definitely do. And also one guy was asking, is it like in Russian and will it be in Ukrainian? So I already explained it several times, but we'll repeat why I prefer you to learn Russian. Because like we work with Belarusian as well. So we have agencies in Ukraine and Belarus. I'm thinking about Russia, like I have some like thoughts about that right now. So in these 3 countries, you would be able to use Russian. So in Belarus, people speak Russian. They will not understand Ukrainian. It will be very hard for them to understand Ukrainian. In Russia as well. I mean, in Russia, you definitely don't want to say a word in Ukrainian. So that's why from the more practical approach, I think that Russian for you is more usable and useful. So that's why the course is in Russian. Maybe if I have time in the future and the guys will really want, like, no problem, I can translate it. I speak fluent Ukrainian. It's not a big deal. I will do it.
I just put that there just so I don't forget. Can you add 10, 20, etc.? I think that's a great.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let me take that one. Okay, will you guys do a language? Oh, sorry, don't know one.
What is the best way to travel to Kharkov from UK? The best way probably would be flying to Kyiv. And then from Kyiv, you can either fly, it's only 1 hour flight, depends on what time the flight arrived from England. Or at 6 p.m., I believe there is a train that takes only 4 hours to get to Kharkov, like good luxury, like it's a seating car, but it's a train and you can get from Kyiv to Kharkov really fast. But check, Kharkov is a big city. Maybe there's a direct flights from one of the airports from UK. Definitely.
Cool. This question here, this is a very hot topic, this one. We love this question. The ladies that I tell I will be dating other women in Ukraine seem to be really turned off by that. Okay, that's understandable. How is the best way to handle that question? Okay, so we've covered this before. I know other agencies and companies have covered it. They have different ways of doing it. So I've been in this position, obviously, and I've tried different things, and most of them don't work. But here's the thing. This is what we push about going over to Ukraine. You should be going over to Ukraine and have an interest in other things. Like as a tourist, maybe you're interested in war, you visit war museums, maybe you're interested in property or business, you're going to go check out some apartments to see what they cost. You should try and have some other interest in there. Maybe it's you're going to come over and you're going to take some Russian classes. You're interested in Ukraine or USSR style living or something. Just something you want to understand a little bit more about that country, because naturally you're going to be meeting a woman from there. The more you understand, the better that it is. And if it doesn't work out when you go over there, if you've seen these amazing things in Ukraine, which there are a lot, and you go back home and it didn't work out, you're not going to be feeling like you've just wasted like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I know because I went and did that, okay? So the best way to answer this question is that you've always been thinking about Ukraine, or you're interested in property in Ukraine, you have property in the United States, and you want to go and check that stuff out. And if you meet a lady along the way, and you two have some chemistry together, and you feel that like this is a lady that you want to spend a lot of time with, then of course, like something may happen. But if she says, are you going to date any other lady? Like number one, that's a red flag anyway, Okay, if she's gonna be pressing you on your own personal dating life, on your I guess not love life, but on your dating, what you're doing, that's a red flag from the start. Because when you meet a lady for the first time, you are not dating. No one has said that you are in an exclusive relationship. You've simply gone out for a coffee with a lady, a new friend perhaps, maybe someone that maybe you'll do some work with. That's all it is. If you're dating multiple women and you get, when I say dating, I'm not saying going on multiple dates with the same woman, because if that starts to happen, you'll start to be feeling like there's some closeness, there's some chemistry. You don't necessarily have to be having sex for you to feel close. Okay, so if that's starting to happen, you're starting to feel close together, you're starting to feel like she really likes you and you like her, then you should discontinue dating all of the other ladies. And that's just the way that it should be. If you're not feeling close with anyone, you're just going on dates, you're walking in the park, you're going out for dinner, you're doing this, you're doing that, well then why can't you see other women? I mean, where's the exclusivity in that there? She might be dating other men as well, you see. So until you get to a point where you really actually have a closeness and you know for sure that she likes you, then yes, definitely stop dating other ladies. And you don't have to tell the other ladies, I can't date you anymore because I've found the love of my life, or any stupid things like that. You just need to sort of cut it off. And you can still keep them in the background, because you never know what's going to happen to this lady here. You could find something out about her. You could find out that she lied to you. Maybe her husband turns up and tries to kill you, and that's not going to work. So you have to be smart about it, and just think about it from a practical point of view, instead of thinking about it from a way of like, if I go on one date with a woman, that's my love is hers. Like, that's just stupid, man. Just don't do that. Don't give any rings at the end of the week. Don't do any stupid stuff like that. Just keep your options open. Hopefully I've answered that. Probably was a bit longer than what it needed to be. Sorry.
I wanted to say something for the guys who are planning to come to Ukraine, is that what I find out, and it's just, nobody announced that, but I just heard something like on a video like 10 minutes ago. And now I just thinking about my client who is coming tomorrow, finger crossed. He's already at the airport. He's coming to Odessa. We probably will come with Striker, pick him up, like we will do an update from Odessa airport. I know that it is very hard to get inside the airport right now. They want people to stay outside and wait for the visitors. And the thing what's happening is that Europe is closed for Ukrainian people. So we can't travel to Europe at all. And for the future, like it was no visa before, how it will be in the future, I don't know. But this particular guy, his flight was canceled like 3 times because he was going to fly by Polish Airlines. And I just realized it now, because another guy just did a video and he said that, yeah, like Poland is not flying. So he got tickets with the Turkish Airlines. So if you're planning, so the bottom line, if you're planning to come to Ukraine, don't try to fly through the Europe, try to come through Istanbul, and you will get to Ukraine hopefully safe. And safe for sure, but hopefully with no problems.
This one here says, Striker, what's it like for someone relocating to Ukraine with no or limited Russian Ukrainian? So when I came,
how healthy and fulfilling he is.
Well, I mean, look, you can do it. I mean, people do it. When I came here, I didn't really know any Russian at all. My Russian is still, I'm learning every day, especially these days. But when I came here, I didn't know any Russian/Ukrainian, but I did have Luba. So Luba helped me with a lot of things. Like to do it on my own would have been very difficult, because if you're trying to get the best deals or you're trying to get around, like you could definitely do it. Like, I'm not saying that you can't. But even if you have limited Russian, you're still limited anyway. Unless you can actually speak very good Russian, it's not really going to help you that much anyway, because you still want to be able to, you need to know more than just to be able to order food at a restaurant or something like that. You need to be able to make a deal with an apartment or whatever you need to do. But when I came here, I really sort of, I didn't come here to relocate. So some people think that I came and moved here. That wasn't the case at all. I came here when I came up with an idea, and we started working on this idea, and then 1 month turned into 2 months, and here I am here learning Russian in a country that I thought that I would never be in. So be staying in. So hopefully that answers your question.
Robert asking, do you need a visa coming from the United States? No, you don't. All you need now is when I said about the guys who are coming, they all been asked for the insurance. So I just remind you that if you are part of Heart Rocket, we will do the insurance for you for free, and you will have it. I will send it to you in electronic version. Just a friendly reminder. So if you're with us, you're covered. Don't worry about anything. Dave, it's cool that you're coming to Odessa on 19th. Like, if you need any help or you want to talk to us, we remind that we do a consulting course, and you can book it on our website, and we will put below the video description. So Dave, if you need any help, please let us know.
GBF says, maybe not putting pressure focused on meeting someone will work in his favor. Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of guys just come over here to date, to go to one of these agencies and then go back home. And really, like, I did this as well. I've talked about it before in other videos, is that I've traveled to many countries and I enjoy every single, whatever I can about the country, whether it's the food, some culture, some sites, just whatever is available there. Ukraine, I didn't do that. When I left, I felt like I was, I just wasted a lot of time and a lot of money. But if I had gone and done something else, I'd traveled around the country and seen some sites, it would be a much more fulfilling journey, I suppose. And that's how you should approach this. I know it's easier for like a lot of these tour companies now to say, just come over and just date, and then like, but because that's just, they just want to get the money for the tour, right? They just want your money. They don't give a shit about anything else, you know. Even when I went to the first one that I went to, me and one of the other guys were there. I think it was like when you go out for like the first dinner or whatever, before any of the dating started, me and him wanted to go out and like check out maybe a bar or just go smoke some shisha somewhere and just see what it was about. But they like said, no, you can't get out there. There's danger out there. You could get drugged or something bad's going to happen. But they prevent you from going out and experiencing whatever's out there, because I don't know why we have a theory. It's like, because if you go out and you meet them and it's politics, there are events, it doesn't make them look good. But they kind of like prevent that, you know. And so, but you really need to plan it yourself. Do you need a Ukrainian SIM card to come? Yes, you will need a Ukrainian SIM card. Go back about 5 or 6 videos. We show you how you can get an eSIM for your phone. Yeah.
But one of the guys who arrived to Kyiv, he said that he found a little store, so they were selling the cards for $10 in Kyiv airport.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Yeah, I don't understand the question. So Richard is asking that once he completes your course, is he able to meet professional ladies in Odessa? What means professional ladies? Like doctors?
I think he means...
or professional. What kind of professional lady?
No, okay, let's... Ian, what do you mean by professional? Do you mean ladies like with good jobs, like say a doctor or a lawyer or something like that?
And also, like, it's really hard to say, because like we do have a lot of different different Ukrainian cities, and in Belarus, Odessa is a little bit special, and I can only judge and give my thoughts on that after I see the person, after I do a coaching call, because I do have a little bit of a ladies that I know on my own, and like sometimes I match guys with them, just it's like free of charge. I just know that, wow, it's a click, it's a match, and like when I feel it, I definitely do. And because I'm in Odessa, I have these ladies in Odessa, but I also recommend like from other cities as well, because when I was doing my Wing Woman mission, I met a lot of ladies. And so sometimes when I have a call with the guys and I remember that the other guy met her, but it didn't work out, so I never, like, of course, crash anything. I just show the picture. And so sometimes guys know that, in that particular agency, this is the lady for them. So I really enjoy doing that. Like, I really love it. So if I can, I will definitely do. So about this Richard guy, like, we definitely can help, but I need to know what he's looking for, who he's looking for, when he can come, how old is he, what is he doing, where he... I mean, all that. And Striker, when we do a coaching call, I always have like a list of questions that I like start asking, because it's important, because everything matters.
Okay. Dave.
Will an Ukrainian woman be willing to work? My favorite question. Favorite.
Will she be willing to work?
Woman will be
it depends on the woman, One thing we have to do, I'm just going to say this here, we have to stop putting Ukrainian women into like this one pigeonhole, where it's like Ukrainian women are kind, they're caring, and all these things. They're beautiful, and we can't stick them all into this one hole and go, that's all of them. There's all sorts. There's like, there's good women, there's bad women. There are some benefits going over to, there's a lot of benefits going over to Ukraine, as opposed to dating in the West, and a lot of it is environment. And so you need to look within your pigeonhole, what you're looking for. Don't think that they're all in the same in the same thing. There's all kinds of women. Some of them will work, some of them won't work, some of them are lazy, some of them are brain surgeons or whatever. So will a Ukrainian woman be willing to work? Yes. The answer is yes. She will work, depending on her.
I just wanted to say about Dave, like Dave ordered here, I don't know where you're lady from. You said that I've got everything covered. My fiance has arranged my Ukrainian SIM cards and already have an insurance. She's also arranged for a taxi to take me to the lab for my COVID test. I don't know, are you currently in Ukraine? You already been, or you're just planning to come? The best way for you is to do test at the airport. Don't go anywhere, just do it straight away there. It's in Odessa, Kiev, Kharkov, and Lviv. If you're coming to any of these cities, please do test at the airport. It's the easiest, the cheapest, and the fastest way to get results.
Hey, Dave, if you put in the comments, do we know each other in person?
Probably because Looney knows him. Because Looney...
okay. I know who he is. Yeah. The name's... I know. Is there gender imbalance in Russia and Ukraine? No. There isn't. Like, if you look at women over the age of like 55, 65, yes, there are. The men, I guess, for several different reasons.
What does it mean? I don't know.
Is there more men is there more women than men in Ukraine? So overall, if you look at the whole age range, yes, there are more men. But if you actually look at the actual, I wish I could somehow pull it up on this, but I don't know how to do it. But if you actually look at like now, the age of the age range that you're going to be dating in, which may be like late 20s, 30s, 40s, something like that, going into late 40s to 50s to 60s, yes, there are a lot more men. But now it's slightly towards the men, but not by a lot. I'd say in a few years, 5 years, something like that, it's going to be equal again. So there were some things that like wiped out the men 30 odd years ago. So there used to be this huge gender imbalance. And I know a lot. Sorry?
I just checked. At least 20,000 women and 20 million people in Ukraine and 17 million men. So it's just 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So just a little bit. There's just a little bit less, and it's but these agencies have been using the same hook, line, and sinker for the last 10 to 15 years, and even then they were just catching like the tailwind of it, but they still push it that there's like this massive gender imbalance. If you're dating 50-year-old woman, yep, then there is. But if you're dating 20 and 30-year-olds, not really. But don't think that that means that your chances are less. Sure, they may be a little bit less because it's maths, right? But there are other factors that play into why women would look towards a Western man for a relationship. There are other reasons there, and that is because of where you are from, and it's basically hypergamy is easier to achieve in some of these countries. So that's why it works.
How much cash should we bring? Where is the best place to exchange currency? Where is the best place to find ATMs? So we covered that a little bit in our course. Mark, your name looks familiar, but I don't remember if we talk or no. But anyway, like we covered that in a course. We talk about that, and we did a big video with Striker about how much money will it cost, like everything, how much money should you bring? So just look back a little bit on our channel and you will find the answer to these questions. And I would always recommend you to exchange money, like try to exchange it at the bank. Even like if there's like a little bit, like a couple of cents less in a bank, it's much more safer because like there's a lot of people, like we have a lot of exchanges. It's not that, it's like weird or strange. I would not recommend to do it at the hotel because, for example, in Kiev, I was staying in Hotel Rus, like it's extremely small. Like it's like really like it can be 2 hryvnias less. So on $100, it can be like $10 less. So I would definitely not recommend that. At the bank, it would be pretty much like normal. It would be more or less normal, but it's definitely going to be much more safer. And because near these like little exchange boxes, there's always some people watching, always. And if they see that you're, if you see like if they see that you exchange and then you're a Westerner, like you need time to count it for sure. Please just don't think this, like just relax. You need to count this money. Even if she just did it in her machine and you've seen, please check the bill. In the bill, there's going to be a number, how much you should, how much should it be? Please count it carefully. Sometimes it's not because somebody tried to take advantage and you need to be careful and, Like if you don't want to be scammed or lied to, so just be careful. And about how much money I told, about the currency and ATMs as well. Like the best ones are the ones that are inside. So even at night, sometimes in the bank they have like you can swipe your card and then you can go inside. It's the safest way. And also I would recommend please take money like in a daytime. Don't try to take money out of ATM in like at night. And also we talk a little bit in our course about Google Pay or iPay from your phone. So it's also very convenient. But
yeah, I pretty much, I always have a bit of cash on me, but, you know, which is always useful, but, you know, you can, you know, use the, what do you call it? Like load your card or whatever onto your phone. I forget what they call it. Apple Pay, yeah, whatever it is you said. Now, what was I going to say? Yeah, just also be careful, like just check the commissions on some of these ATM machines as well, because there's ones like, say, the Euronet machine, which is all throughout Euro. Like the commission is absolutely ridiculous what it actually charges your bank, what it charges for you to take through the transaction. So just be really careful. Stay away from the Euronet machines. They've got a really bad reputation for doing that. Okay.
Odessa Airport is doing the test, so don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, Dave, I figured that too.
What are the reasons Ukrainian women seek men from other countries? Monk.
I didn't realize this was going to be a 7-hour video.
Yeah, I think we can do it. We can do another topic, but
we can do a live video on that. There's actually quite a bit to it. Like I tried it, and actually even last night I was making another video about. It's not really the same topic, but it sort of flows into it as well, and it's why in developing countries or emerging countries that you know, women are more attractive. Okay, so and it sort of ties. I mean, it's sort of all it can be bundled up into sort of the same sort of topic, but I mean, like if I mean, you have to understand the concept of hypergamy. You know, if we just understand the concept of love and she's looking for her soulmate and things like that, it doesn't make any sense. It's just a fantasy. But if we understand that the concept of hypergamy and we believe it to be real, is that a woman is seeking for a man to be of higher status than her, have more value than her in terms of, I guess, wealth and even social status as well. That she will always date up, is probably the best way to say it. So when it comes to, say, like the West, very difficult for a man, especially in this day and age when the woman has so much access to, you know, things like Instagram, with Tinder, with Match.com. Her access to getting to men has become vast and great. And so what that happens is they become more choosier. So if they become more choosier with more options, then being able to achieve hypergamy for the men becomes a lot more difficult. Now, those things still exist in Ukraine, such as you know, Tinder and all that sort of stuff, the social media and dating apps and stuff like that. But it's easier for you to achieve in developing countries, because what is available to them is on kind of like a lower, I won't say a lower level, but it is what it is, you know. And in Western countries, you know, we usually do quite well, and our money is worth more. And that's basically, if you were to boil it down, that's basically what it is. It comes down to their environment and your environment, and where you are placed in the sexual marketplace and where she is placed as well. But just because you are from the West doesn't automatically make you in a position where she's dating up, because she may have already dated up before. And now you have to date, like, her value is always going to continue to be inflated by the man that she dates. So depending on who she's dated before you will determine whether or not she sees value in you. That's why we say to guys, don't date 9s and 10s Instagram models with fake lips and fake boobs, because somebody has already been there before who has given her this overinflated sense of value. And for you to achieve hypergamy there, you may as well be in the West. So, you know, that's all. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time. What do you think, Luba?
Yeah. I just wanted to say about, like, guys discussing like finance, and they talk about money and exchange rates. One thing I would say that the easiest way for you to carry is dollars and euros. According to when you pay with your card, we covered that in the course. I'm scared to make a mistake, because we checked it like 100 times with Striker because it was kind of confusing, but we explain it very good. Which currency should you use when you pay, when you use your card? So if you have pounds, of like, you can change it as well. I just know that in every single like exchange machine, they would have the euros and dollars. And pounds, we have some exchange machines with exchange boxes, like, or banks. They will change everything. So, but the easiest would be if you have dollars and euros, if you have cash, especially.
With you know, you can only get like euros or US dollars out from the bank. There's no, I don't know if somebody was asking that question or not. I can't find where I saw it, but you can't go to and get any other money out of Papua New Guinea from an ATM, which is a real pain. I think it would be a good business if you could put an ATM that dispensed US dollars, but chances are that's probably against some government rule or something like that.
If you want to buy back your dollars?
No, if you just wanted to go and get out like $100 US.
Because I mean, you can do it at the bank if you come.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I said, at the bank.
Do Ukrainian and Russian women also seeking for men Asian countries apart from Europe and America?
Yeah, well, you know, I would think not, but there is actually agencies that cater to Asian men, isn't there? Well, you know, they say that they do. So,
you know, when we was thinking about what we're gonna talk, and like we was thinking like we will use some have some topic, and then like while the guys will ask the questions. But thank you very much for all your questions. Really, like, we super appreciate, because it's always very interesting to see that, you know, people actually want to know something and planning to come. But, you know, it was like one of the topics that we was going to discuss is race. You know, it's a question that really like asked a lot, and it's a lot of questions according to that. And it's a lot of like confusion, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of sometimes even maybe like somebody get offended or mad when we do calls. Like, I say how it is, and I say how it like how is the reality. I been 2 days at the like one event. There was a lot of ladies. And there was one lady sitting next to me. She was, I think, 49 or 50. I haven't met the person with such energy and such like, you know, like such, she was extremely hot, extremely positive, extremely active. And she was 15. And we start talking about like what her son is 30. So she's already, you know, hands-free. And we start talking. And then I said that, you know, I work with Western people. And the first thing that she asked me, she said, do you have some black guys, like dark-skinned guys? And I said, yes. And she said, are they coming? And I said, you know, rarely, because like it's a little bit more difficult for them. And so they sometimes need to value, like, is it more tough to them to come? Or is it like, does it like, what is the value of their coming? Is it worth it? And she said, if you would have it, like, I really want it. It's so interesting. It's so good. Like, I want to have this relationship. I feel it's so, like, I feel this guy's so attractive. I feel this guy's so hot. I don't care about, like, our guys. I was sitting there and I was like, wow. Like, you know, like, so you never know. It just depends who you're looking for. Mm-hmm. It depends where you're looking for. It depends like what age you're looking for. Because I have my theory on that, and I say it on my calls. I do have a theory of that. It's like it depends on so many different like levels, like kids, no kids, family, age, where to live, and etc. But everything is possible. I want to say that everything is possible. Just like a little bit less chances has guys who live in some countries that are a bit scary for the girls to go.
Yeah, we actually had a call this week with a guy, and he was from Oman, and I didn't even know where that was, but it's kind of like, I think it's a Muslim country, and you know the women have to wear whatever. This would be, and we told him, we said that would be very difficult to find a woman who would accept and embrace, not just accept, but embrace your way of life if you wanted to change how she dresses, acts, religion, etc. This is very difficult. Like this, like, you know, we just said to him straight up that we can't. There's nothing really that we can do. We are going to try and do something, but it's probably going to come to pretty much nothing. But if he was living in, say, Poland, for example, then his chances would be a lot higher, right? Even if he's just the same person, nothing else changes. he would still be, but it's where he lives, his lifestyle, his religion, all that sort of stuff. So there are some that just wouldn't do that unless it could offset with some other form of value. Usually comes with money. It's why a lot of these ladies go to places like Dubai. An older guy, they get a brand new Lamborghini or something. So that's offset. Okay. Any Ukrainian banks that have a rep for opening accounts for overseas peeps? Not really. Like, you can just go into the bank and open an account. From what I have seen, it's not like a huge process or anything like that. But there are some restrictions on it. You can only accept US dollar or euro. You can't accept Ukraine hryvnias. But yeah, it's not difficult to open up an account.
Why? Okay, when does it really start getting cold in Ukraine? Usually in November. November. October is like super good. And it's good. Yeah, I was looking for that. So other than dating agencies, where are the best places to meet single women in Ukraine? Should I answer or you?
Well, we can both answer, I suppose. I mean, we've probably got the same question, I suppose. It depends on who. Were you going to say it depends on who you are? Were you going to say that? No. It depends on who you are. Like, you need to go. Lou and I used to talk about this thing called your place of power. And your place of power is where you feel most confident, where you have some alpha traits that shine through. And maybe that's at the museum. That's where your place of power is. Maybe it's riding motorbikes. Maybe it's riding horses. Maybe it's whatever it is. Whatever you're doing that you enjoy doing. And if there are women that are available to be at those things, that's the best place for you, because that's your place of power. So that's where you're going to feel the most confident. But you can do it anywhere. Like, if you have the confidence, you can walk up to a woman on the street, in a cafe, in a bar, or something like that, and try and talk to her. You got like a 50-50 chance that she speaks English enough to hear you, or that she would want to speak to you. But literally anywhere. Like, I know that they do have like some speed dating events I've heard of in like Kiev that you can go to. I don't know anybody that's actually ever gone to any of them. But other than that, just as per normal, there's no secret hideout where they're like, all gathered in one spot where you have to try and locate them and find them. So that's probably the best of my answer. What do you reckon, Olga?
I would say that as strikers start, like it's it's our favorite answer. It depends, and because I have a lot of ideas where you can meet. I would probably not recommend, because a lot of guys like scared that the ladies are coming and they're sitting at the bars and they're just waiting for the guys to scam and etc. From my opinion, like the best idea is like to go. We have a lot of like speaking clubs. You can go to the speaking club. If you're religious, you can go to the church on Sunday. If you want to, like, if you're looking, like, if you some maybe bowling tournament, or maybe pool, or maybe whatever. So every city has some like international cafes where like all the Westerners guys come and meet. For example, like in Odessa, we have Irish pub, right? The guys come there and they play pool, and they can and they watch sports. So like you can meet there. And about the bars, it's all depends. Like we've been sitting with Striker at the center the other day, and we was just watching the girls. Like, unfortunately, I do it as well. I have to, and it will lead me. It will lead, and like we have to discuss the girls with him. Imagine, but like it will lead me to the answer to the question that you put on the screen, and then I understand so many. So I understand that when you see a lady and she dress up. And especially she come to the center, like she like wears something red, or she wearing something short, or she wearing something like, she definitely wear that to pick up some attention. So next step you need to think about is like, why she picked it, like why is she looking for this attention? So if the lady is really like looking at your phone, like walking, like I don't know if you ever see this difference, but if she's walking, like she's looking at your phone, she has like bag in her hand and she's like walking fast, then she's like going to work, and she's like, and even if she like looks hot for you, it doesn't mean that she's looking for somebody. But some ladies, especially like there's two girls, they dress up very nice and they go to the center, and they're walking really slow, they have a little bag with them so that they don't have a lot of stuff, they want to be light. they're just looking around, and they are looking for men. Because as a girl, I understand that we, like, you guys thinking where we should, like, you should meet the ladies. We girls also think, oh my God, where should I find men? Like, we don't want to go find men at the disco who only wants to, like, pick you up and take to his, like, whatever, you know what I mean. And that's all, like, one night meeting. Like, it's like, we don't really want that. We want, like, some serious relationship. And so the girls do it. But the other question is that when you say to her, hey, hello, like, or like the guys that are sitting here, like Turkish guy, they're sitting, like, they start to come, hey, beautiful, красивая, come. So of course, like, she would be like, nah, it's not what she's looking for, because she wants something exceptional. She wants you either to use some interesting pickup line, or maybe you can, as I always recommend, I know you guys don't like it, but I think it's awesome if you like for some help. If you like her to explain you something, you know, if you, if you like, ask her for something, ask her where to go, ask her like some crazy question that she will need to maybe stop near you for a couple of minutes and like try to Google it, like, where is the cinema that should, like, that show movies in English or something like that. And this will really put you together, and it will give you chances to talk to her, to get a feel of like what kind of, I think it should be another video, because I can teach you all day long, like, how to pick up a girl, like, and how to pick up a good girl. So it is possible, but everything depends who you are, what are your interests, what you're looking for, what you're doing, and etc. So I hope it answer a little bit of your question, and like the answer to the question why you don't start your introduction agency. I'm in between. Like, I don't know yet, because like so many guys asking, like, when we do calls, they said, Luba, can you, like, we want you just to find us a wife. Like, do you have a girls that you can introduce? I just don't know. Like, I really enjoy, like, I really think and feel the power of Heart Rocket. I really absolutely in love what I do right now, how much I can help guys remotely. I just not sure, like, if I have enough time for this introduction agency and like to find a good quality lady, because you understand that if it would be like our agency, you know, my database, like that I will definitely go very deep. Like, our agencies go deep in discussion with the girls. Like, I have to just really like scan, not just screen them, I need to scan them. So that's why I'm not sure if I can do it right now, but I have some ladies who are knowing me, and they send their friends to me. And of course, like, if I see that, you know, this particular lady match this particular guy, I will definitely do that, because I really do love it. So thank you for question. I appreciate that you believe in me that I can do it. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's actually happened quite a few times with the guys. Like, I want Luba, and like, because me and Luba and I both do the calls together, unless the guy says that he just wants to talk to either one of us. And you know, the guys like him like twice probably in the last week that I can think of, but it's happened in, like, you know, in the past, where they're just like, Luba, like, I just want you to come. I just want to come and meet you, and I want you to sort it out for me. And I just go, while you sort of like squirm and wiggle out of sort of like why you can't do it, you know. So maybe there's something coming up in the future where it's more of like a one-on-one go around, meet ladies thing. But at the moment, that wasn't really what Heart Rocket was made for. So is Ukraine and Russia safe for first-time tourists? What can you recommend to be safe from scammers? Man, like, our whole channel has like a ton of videos on that stuff. Heart Rocket goes deep into it to make sure that you won't get scammed. Ukraine, I don't know about Russia, but Ukraine is very safe. You know, I feel safer. I've talked about this before, like in Kiev. Yeah, I feel safer walking around at night here than I do in New Zealand, like say in Auckland on some of like the busy streets at night there, where there's always fights with the Islanders, the Samoans, the whatever. I've never seen any trouble here in Ukraine, like touch wood. I've never been involved in any trouble, apart from when I was in Lviv. I witnessed a man bashing his own head into a wall, and his friends were like cheering him. That's the only time I've ever seen that. It was really strange. But personally, I've never been involved in anything.
Monk is right. Like, Monk is saying, like, don't be involved like in drinking a lot, because like if you know your reaction, like some people who drinking, they just become like, they're just normal. They just like to drink, and then they go to home and they're not aggressive, because a lot of people here, when they drunk, they become very aggressive, and like especially aggressive, they can be aggressive with the Western people. So remember, like on your birthday, like he was not even doing something.
Oh yeah, actually there was.
And the guy was like, oh, why did you come? You are West. Like, we was like, and we didn't talk to him. And this guy started like yelling at Striker, why did you come to Ukraine? I mean, he would never do that. I'm 99% sure that this guy would be more friendly if he would not be that drunk, but he was like dumb.
He was drunk. He was like,
I have to shut down Striker in the room. But I mean, it happened. But as soon as you see any kind of like aggressiveness toward you, especially as a Western guy, just move. Just don't even try to, you know, discuss something or try to negotiate something. There's no way. Just try to get to the safe place as fast as possible. And it's not because you're weak, because you're scared. It's nothing about that. It's just like, it's not his mind talking to you. It's his drunk mind talking to you. So this is what you need to avoid. That's all.
Yeah, but like I say, like apart from that, which was way out in the country or the beach or wherever we were, but in terms of in the city or anything like that, I've never.
But one thing, for example, I've been at the city today, and like there's a lot of tourists. I don't know, Stefan, please confirm. I've been today. I've been like 7 hours in the center. Like it's a lot of tourists. Of course, you need to watch your pockets. Of course, you need to watch your you know, your bag. Like I have my purse and like it was my wallet there and phone, so I need to watch it. Never ever, like we covered it in the course, we say never ever put anything in your back pocket, because it will be picked in 1 second and you're not gonna even feel that. And just like don't try to take all your cards and all your cash. Try to have your card in your phone. So like this is just easy. And never touch animals on the street, either like, you know, like the ones that, you know, they won't take picture. I ask you, I battled so many times. They hate me there in the center, like because they know me, because I always try to rescue Western people, even the one that I don't know. Never touch and never try to take a picture. Because one of the guys who actually like our client, like he had me, I think on Facebook or something, I seen the picture with the 2 eagles, you know, Dustin here. Like it's so I don't want to go like in this story now, but really like this was such a bad story with the eagles. So don't touch the animals. One guy asking 3rd time if we ever met Olga Reznikova. What is the reason that you really want to know that? I never met. Striker, I think you met or no?
We were going to do a video once like a while ago, but we never did. Like I don't know, a year or 2 ago. Something like that.
Why do you want to know that? I mean, I'm just curious because you asked. Like, I sorry that we missed that question from the beginning, but like, she's another like person, and we not cooperate with her or anything. So we know her. Yes,
we don't.
Yeah, we see her videos. I mean, but.
How many times have you? Is UK now green zone? Yeah. Is it? Or I'm getting confused here. UK is now green zone, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry, it is. So yeah, so if you are from UK, actually that's what I was thinking about before. If you are from UK and you come here, you don't have to worry about this test, or anything like that. You can just walk past everyone else getting tested and wave and go and get your bag and go and enjoy your holiday. So I think there was this week that they did that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to sort of see what happens in the coming weeks with all that sort of stuff, you know. Like I know that, like I don't think that Ukraine is going to go back into a lockdown. Like they can't. They simply can't do it because they don't have the funding or the access to money to give to people and family and businesses like they are doing in like New Zealand or USA. There's no massive relief funds or anything like that. And when I believe they did get some money from the IMF, to organise, just sort out all the testing, the money disappeared, and they're like, well, where's the $28 million gone that we just loaned you guys? So they won't shut it back down. They won't lock it down at all. I think they're going to sort of take a page out of Belarus's, the way they've sort of dealt with it.
Actually, our partner from Belarus, she said that there is no test, no observation, nothing, and she said that they recommend a test, but it's not mandatory. I was going to check something. Can you pay with the euros for the COVID? Some videos before we put a link where you can book a test for yourself. So I believe in Kyiv you can pay cash and you can pay online. For example, in Odessa airport, because I sent this link to this guy who is coming tomorrow, there's no way to pay there, like to pay cash. So you only can pay online. So I don't know, you need to just go to the website and check about the payments. If you want, I can it out for you, because we have partners and they accept a couple of guys already. So just send us an email and I will reply. About the insurance, I just want to check something. Sorry, making this sound. Earth, like there's a guy asking for the insurance company. Like I will just repeat. The all guys who got Hard Rocket course, they got insurance for free, and I know that you are. So just contact us when you are coming, and I will do insurance for you for free. No problems. When are you coming?
I'll just before we started this, I thought, what are like 2 questions that people always ask on videos, and one of them is insert letter writing website here a good website. We get it all the time. Like, we don't mention the names of websites, but websites with names such as Ukrainian Marriage Agency, you know, or something along those lines, right? So I just want to say here, right, for you guys out there, any website where you have to buy credits to write to the ladies, the incentive for them to make money is through you writing these letters, right? Makes complete sense. We're not used to this in the West. We're used to things like Match.com or Tinder, where it's like you pay a monthly subscription, and the lady on the other side is most likely legit. She may not be a nice person, she may be a gold digger, or whatever. But over in Ukraine, like with this industry, these letter writing websites where you have to buy credits or put your credit card into it to buy whatever currency that they hold on their site, these are not good options at all. In fact, they're terrible options. You should not do it at all. And once you get hooked on it, we call it the spider's web, you will blast through so much money. If you are asking us in the comments, is insert letter writing website here legit? The answer, if you have to pay to do letters, send gifts, whatever, through these chat boxes, the answer is no. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. So another question I had was, what percentage of the ladies speak English? So I think that the percentage of ladies that speak English, I reckon in the cities is around about 20 to 30%, right? But if you speak English and you are using things that facilitate you to be able to speak English and her to be able to speak English, such as you go to an agency and you say, I'd like to meet ladies that speak English, or you even use Tinder. Well, go back to, if you want to meet ladies that speak English and that's all you want to meet, all the ladies you will meet will speak English. Okay, so you go to an agency, I only speak English. Can she speak English? They'll say yes. Every lady you will meet will speak English. If you use things like Tinder, Tinder is primarily a Western app. So most of the ladies on there speak English. But you will naturally meet ladies that speak English, because if she says hello to you in Russian and you say it in English, and that's the end of the interaction, you won't meet her. So what percentage of the women speak English? If you only want to meet ladies that speak English, then they will speak English. If you're walking around just meeting ladies wherever, I reckon it's around, I'm going to say about 30%. I say it's 50-50 because either she does or she doesn't. But it's probably around about 30%, I reckon, speak a level of English which is, which you can work with. If you go to Kiev, it's maybe, I don't know, maybe be a little bit higher, but depends on what she does, where she's from. Does she just come from the village after milking the cow? Chances, I don't know.
There's another myth that a lot of guys thinking that older ladies, they don't speak English. I've been recently, now I say recently, and it was a year ago because this COVID just ate half a year. So I've been working with a guy and he was dating ladies who was 50 plus, basically. I always so impressed by these ladies. They even if they don't speak English, they will try. They was learning some English at school. They learned some German. They learned some French. They will try. They will try to speak with you. They will do their best to just like be you. And they will say you like one word here, one word there. She will try to understand. She will speak Russian to you. Like, they are so motivated. So saying that they don't speak English, I mean, of course, they don't speak conversational English, but they would do, and they would be very motivated to learn some English, if you become a couple. And according to because I'm in this industry for so long, for 11 years, I see the difference, of course, significant difference. Before it was like just randomly somebody speaks English and it was like, wow, she was like, so different. But now, because everybody wants to get better job, everybody works with international, international companies. Definitely, everybody speaks some. Not everybody, but most of the ladies, they do speak some, and there is definitely much more ladies who speaks very good English. So comparing 10 years ago and now, No questions. It's much better. About driving. Before this question, there was about driving. Can I answer?
Oh.
Do you guys know if there's allowed to drive with a rental car in the Donetsk? I can't answer you, Eric, like this question completely. I would definitely not recommend, because there it's a different, not a country, but there is a border. It's a lot of like military stuff to get there. Like it's just like some special buses like that are like, it's a private buses that transporting people like from that city. So I really not recommend it.
Why would you want to go there is the question. Why would you want to go? If you're going there to meet a lady you've been chatting to online,
maybe she better come to Kyiv or somewhere, like better pay for her bus, because there's like mini buses, and there's not many other ways how she can get out of there. So there's because we have a friend who lives there, and she just basically like, there's a guy, he has this like mini bus for 8 seats or whatever, and he's just collecting people and then he drive them there. So Eric, please be cautious with what are you doing. If you want, just give us a call and we will talk to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, when you do this letter writing scams, there's a lot of the same narrative that comes on, and maybe this is it, is that she's in the Donetsk region, or she's in a war region, and she has no money, life is terrible, and all these things. Like we've talked about this in videos, talked about it in the course, is that it's a scammer's job to make you feel sorry for her. And of course, being in a war-torn area of the world with no internet and she's got no money, of course, you want to take care of her. That's kind of what part of our role is, being a man, and so they play on that. So they're very smart. So if you're talking to a woman in the Donetsk region, then yeah, chances are it's most likely a scam. So just be careful, brother. Now, what is a good translation app? Google Translate butchers my communication. That butchers everyone's communication. It's easy.
Unfortunately, it's the best one.
Yeah, it's the best one. Yeah, it is the best one. Like Luba and I, a while ago, we looked into like real-time translators, which is like basically like an earpiece. You have one, she has one. You put the phone down. When you talk into the phone, it would translate it into her ear. But all of the reviews and everything that I was reading about it was that it's not quite good enough yet. So we didn't worry about it. But maybe in the future there will be real-time translators that you guys can use when you come over here, which would be very good. But the thing you have to realize also when you're translating, especially through Google, it doesn't take context quite often into consideration when you say something. Some things can come across as, not perfect, because there isn't word-for-word translation, of course, when it comes to pretty much any language, I believe.
Someone saying the right thing is like the longer messages get messed up, 10 sentences rather than paragraphs. Yes, it's true. And yes. Unfortunately, honestly, I don't recommend you to discuss some important topics via this translator. Better hire somebody, because it can be so confused. Like, remember that birthday party that we went, like the girls were trying to speak with you, and she said, and like strike her look, and then I checked the translator, was like such a like something like you look like or something. So like just be careful with that, because sometimes it can
it doesn't take, or it can take things literally, like it's something that you've said sort of not with that, more of a jovial term, more a jovial way or something like that. And
there's a guy, I really worry about him. Please, I just one second. Janik Erickson, please give us a call. I have so much to tell you. Janik, please. I will be waiting for your email today, because I really
Natasha Club, but provide the info one
here. So please,
you need to call us. You need to talk to Luba about what you're doing. Okay, cost you $65. Probably save you about 10 grand. Okay, Dave, not use a translation.
You can every guy in my dressing fund.
Mm-hmm.
The money that I save for them. I'm kidding.
Global Bloodstock. We talked about David last week on the thing. Everyone, there's nothing wrong with using translation, okay? But like Luba says, if you're going to try and do something on a much, like when you're using a translation app and she's using it as well, you kind of know that it's not 100% correct. So you're not going to take things too literally. And it's like, and the questions that you ask are usually like kind of like an awkward first date questions, if you're that kind of a person, where it's like, where did you grow up? And then she'll answer the question. But if you want to get like, if you're in a relationship and you're trying to get like on a deeper level, you need to get like an actual translator to do it. Yeah, otherwise you come.
And also, I want to remind you, because we had one issue not long time ago. I want to remind you that we recommend to use interpreter at least for the first date, and we recommend to use an interpreter from the agency. I mean, I only talk about our agencies that I can be responsible for, not the agencies like the other companies, because there's a story that I can share with you if you do a coaching call. But if you're using our agencies, and I know there's a lot of guys, they want to use phone, they don't want to have an interpreter, they think it's a scam, they don't want to pay money, please just trust my experience. You need it. You need it. And especially, like, don't try to find the girl. Like, we covered that so many times. Don't try to find some student girl who will charge $5. You know, you better save money on something else, but not on this. This is your safety. This is your future. And this is something that is crucially important on your trip to Ukraine, and especially dating a Ukrainian lady. If you want to talk about this more, we definitely can. Call me. I will tell you all about this. But just if you respect me, listen to me, please.
Yeah, also, like, you know, if you're thinking that, you know, you can pay like a student or whatever $5 an hour, she'll do it. But the thing is that you're not paying her enough to give a shit about you, right? And that's the thing. You need to find someone that's actually going to care about you, who's actually going to go, hang on, you know, I think that this might be happening, or I'm going to make sure I ask her some questions about this to make sure she's not doing this. $5 an hour, no one's going to give a shit about what's going to happen to you after that 1 hour or 2 hours that you've paid. So if you're going to do it, like, yeah, like Luba says, skimp on something else. Like, skimp on, I don't know, don't buy a pair of pants or something, and get like a translator. It's actually a really important part of doing this. If she doesn't speak English, and even if she does speak English, even getting the opinion of a Ukrainian woman who cares about you as a translator or an assistant, it's very valuable.
Also, I would a little bit again promote my Russian course, is that if you can get it, you know, do it for yourself, because I know that you can be overwhelmed with the amount of words that is in Russian language and amount of phrases. But even like there's a simple word that I put in the course, it's like for the gypsies. And I was sitting the other day in a center, and Striker knows a lot, but this is kind of like weird. You don't like when they come and they start asking for something, and they kind of seems nice from the beginning, and you understand that you want to get like want them to leave. And then Striker, because he was listening to my course, he said "Uidi," and she was absolutely, she was like,
no, she didn't. She said she wanted to come and give me a kiss.
No. At the beginning, she said that you are handsome, and then you to say this word. She said, but he was like, what was this? The word? What was the word? But anyway, like, this is something that brings you confidence in every single situation. And the ladies in Ukraine, they will really respect if you have this confidence. If they see that you, even being so far from your comfortable zone, like, you can manage things. So follow this, and if you just join us, check on it. You know, we did it, like, we wanted like everybody to get it, so we didn't like put any price on that, so it's just donation, but definitely learn some.
Monk was saying, like, if you go to Ukraine, don't skimp on anything, don't waste money, but don't skimp on the important things. Like, he's 100% correct, right?
Just
skimp means like don't I don't know how you translate this English word into another English word.
Because it was cheap. Different word.
Google Translate things, yes. But basically, don't like be cheap, I suppose, on the important things. But he's 100% correct, because a lot of guys, man, they're like, okay, they spend like 3 hours finding a hotel, then they'll book it for like 3 weeks instead of just 1 week, because it's a better rate and they know what they're going to be paying, and they'll try and skimp all these things. But then they'll go out to dinner and the lady has chosen the date, and the meal costs $350. It's like, yeah, okay, so you saved like $40 on like 3 weeks worth of renting an apartment, but you've just wasted $340. So like, if you guys have done the course, I know there's some guys in here that have done it. We don't say that you should go. In fact, we go. We tell you that for the first date is a meeting, just a normal meeting. Have a coffee, see if you like each other, and then progress from there. And the second date, there's another suggestion for the second date, but do not think that you're coming over to Ukraine and you're going to skimp on everything and then blast like $300 on a meal at a fancy restaurant. Like, this is so backwards. This really is. you know. So it is gonna cost you money. Make sure you do have a reasonable place to live, somewhere in the centre that's easy to get to. Otherwise, you're going to be spending money on Ubers and taxis to get there. Something that is relatively nice, you know, because you never know. Like, you may date a woman for 2 weeks, and then she comes to see your apartment. You want to see that. You don't want her to see that you're sleeping on like the top bunk at a youth hostel or something. That's an extreme case, but you know, like, you're doing this, and you want to feel comfortable. You know, there are some things that you shouldn't waste money on: fancy dinners, fancy gifts, expensive tours, expensive parties, socials. These things you don't need. So these are the things that you need to probably not spend money on.
Striker, I want you to answer this question. What are your opinion on Slavic dishes and cuisine?
Let me just see where this question is.
So one before last. Oh my God, this is such a good question. I'm so curious. Can't wait.
I want to put it up in the bigger font. I can't find it.
Ukrainian food is the most delicious one, right?
Okay, so I have mixed feelings about Ukrainian food. So I think it's very bland. So I like spicy food. You know, like, I like food that has lots of herbs and spices and stuff like that in it. And Ukrainian food doesn't have that. And that's the problem. But if you add it to it, it's much better. And they put dill on everything. Like, you know, dill is like the ugly cousin of like the herbs.
To get to know how much he likes his spicy food, he has 7 kinds of Tabasco. Even like Tabasco company produced only 5, so he can have 7 kinds of. Everything, like on every single piece of food. And yesterday he did it on pastry.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you a quick story. Actually, I went and had a couple of beers with a friend the other day. As I was walking home, I was thinking, I'm kind of hungry, and there was a shop there. So I went into the shop and I bought like these pastries. You see them everywhere. So I bought this pastry, and then I bought like this roll of like meat. So I ate the pastry, and then I got home. I thought, I'm going to heat up this meat roll. It was like pastry with meat. So I heated it up. I put like Tabasco sauce and some mustard and heated it up in the microwave. Then put it in the oven to get like a good crisp on it. And then I took like a fork and I took a big bite out of it and realized that it was actually fruit. It was actually apple and raisin inside this delicious morsel that I just bought. And so that mixed with the Tabasco sauce and the mustard, I was pretty upset about it. I was pretty hungry.
I learned the words today with you. I want to know what Stefan thinks about Ukrainian food. Stefan, tell me. Do you like it or no?
I don't mind it. I think it's good food. Like, I like pastry with meat in it is always good. Doesn't matter what cuisine it is. Meat, pastry, cheese, saltiness. So that's good. But yeah, it's good food. I'm not saying it's bad food at all. I enjoy it. I enjoy all food.
Just 1 second. I wanted to. The guy asked if there are any Indian restaurants in Kyiv. There's a lot. There is a lot.
Really? I was about to say no. I've never seen one Indian restaurant like Indian.
I just like, you know how many is there? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
1, 2,
7,
3,
7, 8, 7.
Well, that's not a lot. In New Zealand, like there's like 7 in like a 1 kilometre square block. But I've never seen one. I've never seen an Indian restaurant here or in Odessa. I see a lot of Georgian. There's Georgian is everywhere, which is good because Georgian food is pretty good. Lots of cheese. You don't want to eat too much of it though. You'll put on a few extra kilos.
Yeah, there's some American food that I really like, and I just like the Looney said that I will bring you when I come. I don't know what he's talking about, but there is some food that.
Oh, I know who said bring some Tabasco. Oh,
Tabasco.
Yeah. You see, I actually gave Luba some like chili the other day. Remember when we bought that chili paste at that random shop? I was like, I'm going to try this, and then I said, hey, Luba, try this, and you had it, and your face almost melted.
I like in US. I like how they do these barbecue sauces, the Jack Daniel's barbecue sauces. Like like they don't really sell it in Ukraine. So if you bring him Tabasco, bring me to me. I'm kidding. Why you're?
How did Striker's $15 budget turn out? So this was legit. Okay, so actually, I did actually start taking some photos, and then I was like, do people really care how I cook my food? And to be honest, I am a very good cook. Like, just ask Luba. So I did actually make very good food from it. I didn't just like boil rice and put meat on it. Like, I do actually know how to cook decent enough food. And so, yes, I mean, it depends on how much food that you eat, right? So if you're snacking throughout the day, then maybe you need to go buy some chips and crackers or something like that. I usually don't snack, so I usually have like 1 or 2 meals per day. So, and that's because I do this fasting thing, which I believe is healthy. But if you were to have, no, actually, I had to buy milk, right? Because that jar of milk was weird. That jar of milk, I reckon I could have used it to paint the wall in the apartment. It was strange. So I got rid of that. It's not funny. And I bought more milk.
Like, it's already the second time somebody said that you weren't very good at cooking video. I hope that you're talking about Striker, but he actually a very good cook. So
and the reason that I got good at cooking is because I have I had like a health problem, and it was like I have an overactive thyroid, so it stops me from getting fat basically. But the way that I combat it without medication is that I have to eat really healthy food, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits. So there's a thing in New Zealand that's called My Food Bag, and it's every Sunday they turn up with all the ingredients for healthy organic food. And I did it for 1.5 years, and every meal was like a Thai meal or an Indian meal or a fish meal or vegetarian. And so I had to do it for like 1.5 years to eat healthy food and not takeaways and junk food. Therefore, I became one of the best chefs in the world.
He's what you said? No, I'm the best. No, but actually he actually good cook very good, and he always like I like how he decorate food.
It's the presentation. The presentation actually changes the taste.
And he's not letting his he's not telling his recipes. Like, don't even ask. Like, I've been trying. I just need to skip like when he's cooking. But he's good. There was
okay, we're sort of going off.
Sorry.
So here's one. Okay, so is 3 visits too soon to ask about a K1 visa? Ask who about a K1 visa? Ask the lady about the K1 visa, or ask like the immigration department about a K1 visa? Please answer this question because I think it's a pretty good question.
Do you think it's a good idea to create a separate Uber account for my lady if I stay in Ukraine for 2 months? It depends. Actually, it's super, like, I like it. But one thing that I worry about is that if you create, maybe there is like some sharing account, maybe there's some family account or something, because I think it's cool because she will not ask for cash. And if you know this lady well, you can you can put your credit card on there. But what I worry is that if, for example, for some reason, like you will broke up, and she will still have your card on your phone, how will you cancel that account? You know, if you have a spare card, I think that it is a good idea. If you have a spare card, and if you can put there, for example, like $200, let's say, like for 2 months, like maybe $300, and you can just have the spare card, like, and then you would not worry if you will never see it again, then I think it's a great idea. And if you stay in touch with her, like if it is really your lady and you keep your relationship with her, I think you can put like $100, like, or 50 or whatever, like, I don't know where he go, like where he lives, but you can put the money and she can use it, and you will cover that. It would be like, wow, for her. She would be really impressed by you. I think it's a great idea. But make sure that like you will be able to get out, like take your card out of there in case something's going on wrong.
There must be a way to do that, because I don't know. That's interesting. I might actually look into that.
Yeah, very good question. Thank you so much.
Okay. Oh, this one here is a brilliant one video. Where is it? Luba, are you going to make any more cooking videos soon?
Just 1 second. This guy is coming tomorrow. He's messaging from the airport. I hope everything is fine. Let me check.
Do debit or prepaid cards in work in Ukraine? I don't know about the prepaid cards, but a debit card works. That's what I use. It's just a debit card, and I don't have any problem using it in an ATM machine. The fees can be a little bit high, but there's nothing you can do about that. I don't know if it's the same with credit cards or not, but when it comes to fees, there's probably some special ones for traveling, maybe. Yes, the lady, she wants to apply for a tourist visa. Well, a tourist visa is not a K1 visa, so
B1 visa, B1, B2. But it depends, again, like what is your situation, like what kind of relationship you have, and like is she willing to do it on your own, or she wants you to pay for that? Because the chances, like I've been working in travel industry for so long, and I've been opening so many different visas, like to America and UK. So I just know that if she's a single lady and she has no job and she has no property and etc., 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 like 99% that they will deny this visa. So we need to discuss with you your options. How good are your relationship with this lady? So maybe it's easier to do this fiance visa, then she can come for 3 months for you. But you definitely can try. Like the risk is like $160 that she will spend on visa application to US. But if you want to discuss that also, please send us an email and set up a call, and I will help you.
Airbnb. Okay, so is Airbnb big in Ukraine? Or no? Let's say Airbnb, you can definitely use it. I've used it before. There is another one, isn't there? Is there?
There's a lot. There's like
Dobovo. Yeah. So Dobovo is another one. I have compared the same property on Dobovo in Airbnb. Dobovo, like D-O-B-O-V-O, I think it is, and it was much cheaper on Dobovo. Okay, so maybe they bump the price up for Airbnb because they know it's going to be Westerners. But yeah, Airbnb is a good way to do it. And just remember, like through these apps like Airbnb and Dobovo and those things that are targeting foreigners, you're paying a lot more than if it was listed on a local site. So if you can find the local site and find it listed on there, chances are it would be a lot, especially the ones down in Odessa. Like there were ones down there for like $2,000 a month in the summer. And we found them on another local Ukrainian, I suppose, website for like a quarter of that price. So, yeah, if you know someone that speaks the lingo, the language, definitely ask them to do it. Okay, all right. Man, we were going for like an hour 20.
Well, what I thought it'd be.
Wow. Okay.
Just quickly.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say to the guys about, like, quickly, just about our stylist, like if you will allow me. So because
I will allow this. I approve of this message.
So yeah, because you like our stylist, because she's hot. So we do have a stylist, and a couple of guys, like nobody asked on this chat, but there were some questions the guys was asking about the stylist, like how to get in touch and etc. So we do have a stylist. It's a professional lady who has a big experience in style. She has a certificate. She's not just like some random girl. She speaks fluent English. She has she's been living in Texas, so she know American culture. She know Ukrainian culture. Very beautiful, 38 years old single lady. Aminatova.
I concur with this. I agree. I saw her for the first time. I actually spoke with her for the first time last week, where I had to do the meeting thing. So I agree. She's.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we. So she's doing that, and she is she's helping the guys to get like their style. Basically, she helped them to choose like what they need to pick, like what they need to take, and what they shouldn't take to Ukraine at all, and she helped them to choose like what they need to buy. Yeah, just that's like give your like you've seen a lot of her works, like not a lot, but you've seen her work.
Okay, cool. Hopefully we've answered some questions. It's kind of a not very well organized video, but we just sort of thought last time we organized it and it went off the rails. So this time here we thought we'd just answer you guys' questions. So hopefully we.
Yeah, so sorry, I just got distracted. Yeah. So like the stylist, there's like the way that you can apply for that. You should send an email, and then I will send you form that you need fulfill before you arrive, before you start talking to her. Like you put your pictures there, you put all information that is in this form. She will then talk to you, and then she will send you a lookbook with everything you need to buy and like what is the style that match you the best.
I'll just answer this question here because it's actually a question that we get asked a little bit on the calls as well. It says, is booking an apartment a service Heart Rocket can do? The answer is yes. So when it comes to Heart Rocket, there's like the Wing Woman support, which if you do need someone to help you book an apartment or a hotel, so you'll have Luba as your virtual wing woman that can do all of that stuff for you and plan your trip. She did one for a guy recently, and the guy, I think he's coming over. When's he coming over? In a couple of weeks or something. And Luba's already booked all the hotels, the restaurants, everything. He knows exactly everything that he's going to be doing every single day. Like I think he booked something at like a country club, golf, whatever. It's all been booked by Luba. So when he comes, he doesn't have to think about anything. He just has to focus on having a good time, visiting these places, and hopefully meeting a woman that he can hopefully have a long-term relationship with. So yes, if you do upgrade to that service, of course, yeah, we'll do anything that you require when you're in Ukraine, basically.
Yeah, Looney, thank you for your feedback about the stylist. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, so basically that's it. If you want to talk to us, please message us through our website. It's www.heartrocket.com. We do consultation calls. We do have a little Russian course made by me. So down below this video, we're going to put all the links, and we definitely will be happy if you come to Ukraine and if you talk to us, and we know that we can help you on your journey to find your special lady.
Cool. Okay, guys. Well, thank you, all of you guys, for calling in and hanging out with us for an hour and a half. It's gone fast, really. I'm surprised it's been an hour and a half. And hopefully we've answered some questions, and I guess we'll see you guys next time. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Do you have any questions? Just put it in the comments below, or just go to our website and send us an email. Okay, and if there's any questions about visa stuff, and just guys, it's better, it's not because we trying to sell our course, definitely not, but sometimes it's sometimes it's much easier to do this call. It will save you so much money, I promise you. Because sometimes we have a call and the guy just have a little bit of a speech with us, and then we sit with Striker quietly, because in our heads, our thoughts, especially we sit together, we do it together, we have our thoughts are connected, and it's hard to say the truth, but we are there for that. We want to help you. We want to you to feel comfortable and confident when you come, and we want you to know more than anything that you have us in Ukraine, you have support, and we're always there for you. Cool. So, okay, guys. I was happy to see you all. Thank you for your support, and we see you next time. Bye. We'll see you next time.